Okay, so today's lesson is about topic development. Topic development is one of the key important things that we need to know. Our research topics should have key variables in them. We have the X variable. This is the independent variable. The independent variable is the variable that we assume has an effect. An independent variable is a variable that we assume has an effect. And then we have the Y variable. The Y variable is the variable that we consider to be the outcome. What we are trying to study. This is what we are interested in studying. So we have two variables, the X variable and the Y variable. This is just for simplicity. Otherwise, you find research topics out there that it may need you to think through it before you can actually identify the X and Y variables that the study has. Let's have an example here. So our example is that we want to look at social media advertising. So social media advertising becomes our X variable because this is the one that we assume has an effect on customer response. So customer response becomes our Y variable. So we want to see the effectiveness of X on Y. So the effectiveness of X on Y, if we are trying to develop a research topic from there, we can say something like this. Okay, we can put it in the format that we have always used: an investigation of social media advertising on an investigation of social media advertising on customer response. This is one way to put it. We can also put it as an investigation of social media advertising. I'm just shortening that. Social media advertising, but in your title you need to write it in full. Social media advertising, an investigation of, okay, let's do this, an investigation on the effectiveness of social media advertising on customer response. So this is an example of how the title can be for a study. That one is okay, and this one is also okay. We are trying to say, what is the effect of X on Y? So Y becomes the response. And now we need to specify, because now we are writing about something that we need to know. Okay, so we need to know what customer response are we interested in? Okay, there are many types of customer response. If you do your literature review, you'll find these are many. They are documented, but the commonest one would be looking at probably we look at their buying behavior. Okay, customer buying behavior, and what specific ways can we look at this buying behavior? Maybe if we're looking at a fast food restaurant, okay, like Hungry Lion, KFC, whatever it is, we want to see what are their preferences, how frequency of buying. Do they come over all the time? Do they always want to buy this particular brand? What exactly is affecting that? And to do this, we say social media advertising. And these are just from the onset. You need to think about your study in terms of, are you going to look at the side of the customers or the side of the company itself that is selling that particular product that you're interested in? You can do both, but if you're interested in customers, you start asking them specific questions. Okay, does social media advertising influence customers buying habits? Okay, customers' frequency of buying. Okay, do you follow the company's page on social media? Maybe this is for the sake of trying to be able to know whether there are promotions, there are things that you may be interested in as a customer, and so on. So relevant questions are very important because they guide us on whether this study will be on both the consumers and the suppliers, on both the buyers and the suppliers. So when I talk about the buyers, I'm talking about the people that are buying that particular brand. Then when we talk about the consumers, or when we talk about the suppliers, we're talking about the particular company. Now let's bring it to home here. Okay, bringing it back to home, we see that our title is the effectiveness of social media advertising on customer response in fast food industry. Case study of, say, okay, Hungry Lion. Yes. Okay, so we're looking at the effectiveness of social media advertising on the response, on customers' response in the fast food industry, a case study of Hungry Lioness. And here we can ask relevant questions. That is our title. So we ask relevant questions like, okay, does Hungry Lion use social media to reach its customer base? Are the buyers affected by social media advertising? Does it influence their buying choices and so on? Then from here we can make objectives, and our next study will be looking at those objectives.